because otherwise there'll be a problem.
Okay.
All right. Birders sometimes speak of a spark bird, the first bird that really grabbed their attention, often at an early age, a bird that sparked their love of birding. It may be a bird as common as a robin, or something more exotic, like a roseate spoonbill. For Ray Larson, the recipient of this year's Rhode Island Natural History Survey Distinguished Naturalist Award, it was more of a spark project. As a fourth grade student, Ray joined his class in using Audubon birding kits his teacher had ordered. By the time a year had passed, Ray had recorded 17 species, not bad for a 9-year-old. Dr. Larson was a physician in the U.S. Navy and served as ship's surgeon in submarines. In 1963, while stationed in New London, Ray would pursue his other passion in life, bird watching, often at Napattree Point Conservation Area. Though his work took him around the world, he eventually settled in Rhode Island. When he did, he began to inventory birds across the state, maintaining meticulous records of what he observed and where. Nearly 60 years later, Reynold Larson has submitted over 6,000 checklists to the Cornell Lab of Ornithology's eBird database. His lists document 297 bird species from Rhode Island. These numbers are astonishing and have made a significant contribution to the body of knowledge surrounding Rhode Island's birds, their migrations, and habitats. His expertise in other winged creatures led him to produce over 470 damselfly and dragonfly records, while working with biologist Ginger Brown in assembling an atlas of Rhode Island's odonate. He has mentored innumerable naturalists, students, and birders as they find their own spark birds. Today, Ray still patrols the Rhode Island shoreline, carefully recording his observations and sharing his discoveries with everyone interested. Here are some of the comments made by those with first-hand knowledge of Reynold Larson's extraordinary dedication. Our most stalwart and dedicated volunteer, Ray Larson, started counting birds at Napattree on a cool, foggy morning on November 23, 1963. Since then, Ray has returned to Napattree 626 times over the last 54 years to tally 228,393 individual birds of 174 species. Although Ray precedes the millennials and Gen Xers, he uses all the latest tools to record and share his bird observations. He ranks as the top eBirder in the state in terms of total checklists submitted, 6,090. Number 2 has submitted 5,282 checklists, with most top eBirders submitting for less than 1,000 checklists. Thus, the information he has compiled contributes substantially to our understanding of the distribution and abundance of birds in Rhode Island. Napattree Point Conservation Area is designated as a globally important bird area by the National Audubon Society. That designation is highly leveraged on Ray's data. Ray produced more than 470 records for the Odonata Atlas and carefully prepared high-quality museum specimens to document these records. He willingly slogged the state's ponds and wetlands with great enthusiasm, was a skilled netter of fast-flying dragonflies, and was a great member of the Odonata Atlas team. Ray is a walking Wikipedia of ornithological wisdom. If you are lucky enough to join Ray on a bird survey, you'll be treated to his marvelous wit and historic tidbits as he recalls the last time he recorded a seldom seen species. Quote, "The last, whatever it is, I observed here was a female in 1993. A generous mentor, Ray offers natural history information explaining various plumages or territorial ranges to novices like me. Ray Larson is certainly Napatree's most precious natural resource, and I dare say one of Rhode Island's too. For his dedication to ornithology, for his significant contributions to the data record of bird diversity and abundance in Rhode Island, which spans 6 decades, and for his eagerness to share his knowledge with those around him, Reynold T. Larson is a most deserving recipient of the 2020 Rhode Island Natural History Survey Distinguished Naturalist Award. Right. Congratulations and thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you. I would like to express my appreciation for this surprising award. I started at an early age, in the 4th grade, looking at birds, and never got away from it. There were periods of time when I was submerged in submarines when it was particularly difficult. But on one occasion in the Norwegian Sea, very cold waters, I got a look through the periscope of the telescope and saw a northern fulmar. It's been my only periscopic observation all through these years. The accumulated notes, lists, and so forth were moldering away in my house until some few years ago when Marshall Iliff gave a presentation at the maritime campus of the university of this organization called eBird. And that rang a bell for me, and I started digging into records and sending stuff in and sending stuff in and sending stuff in. 6,000, good grief. I've gotten a call back. I got an email from an observer in Hawaii questioning a record I had sent in of a Harris's sparrow in my hometown in Illinois in, I believe it was 1954, and was able to provide not a photograph. The only camera I had at that time was a Box Brownie, but was able to satisfy the interrogators that indeed that bird had been there. It's been a wonderful experience. I've really done this mostly for my own enjoyment, and only at a latter time, and especially with the arrival of the eBird system, was I able to make a significant contribution to ongoing records. Thank you very much.